It was just us, me and Adrian, in our little world where time seemed to stop. His hands, always so gentle, traced the contours of my face, moving down to my neck and then further. The warmth of his touch sent shivers down my spine. We kissed, and it was like each kiss was a promise, a seal to our twisted, forbidden love. His lips moved to my ear, whispering words that made my heart race even faster. I could feel his breath, hot against my skin, as his hands roamed freely, exploring my body like a map he knew by heart. We were lost in each other, the world outside forgotten. I helped him out of his shirt, my hands eager to feel the warmth of his skin. There was urgency in our movements, an unspoken need to be closer, to merge into one. Adrian lifted me onto the table, pushing aside the clutter that was our life together. His eyes locked with mine, full of desire but also a hint of the darkness we both knew too well. He kissed me again, deeper this time, as if he could erase our past with passion. I wrapped my legs around him, pulling him closer, feeling his response through our clothes. We didn't speak. Words were unnecessary. The clothes became a barrier we needed to shed. His fingers walked the buttons of my blouse, each one giving way under his touch like the walls we had built around our hearts. Once free, his hands found my skin, and it was like electricity, sparking and zapping through my veins. I gasped as he kissed my chest, my breath catching in my throat with every touch, every kiss. Finally, we were skin to skin. No barriers, no past. Just two people desperate for connection. We moved together, finding our rhythm. Each movement a testament to our deep, dark love. The night was ours, and in those moments, everything else was just noise, just shadows of what was. Days turned into weeks, and our life continued in this small secluded world we had crafted. Adrian worked nights at the hotel, which left our days free to roam the city or stay hidden in our sanctuary. But the night, those were ours in a different way. One evening, after he came back from work, I noticed the tension in him. Something unspoken hanging in the air. He didn't say much at first, just sat at the small table we had, his hands clasping a glass of wine. I approached him, placing my hands on his shoulders, feeling the tension there. "What's wrong?" I whispered, but he only shook his head, pulling me down to sit on his lap. His arms wrapped around me, holding me close, as if he was afraid I might disappear. I turned in his embrace, facing him, my hands cupping his face. "Tell me," I urged softly. Instead of words, he kissed me, a kiss that was desperate, hungry. I responded, my body pressing against his, feeling every muscle, every sigh. The tension turned into something else, something we both needed. He stood, lifting me with him, carrying me to our bed. The room was dark, save for the street light that painted the room in shades of gold and shadow. Adrian laid me down gently, his eyes never leaving mine, even as he undressed me with a reverence that made my heart ache. Our clothes were soon forgotten on the floor, and we were once again skin against skin, the night air cool on our heated bodies. His kisses trailed down my body, each one a whisper of forgiveness for the past, for the choices we made. I pulled him up to me, needing his closeness, his warmth. Our bodies moved in sync. Each touch, each kiss, a silent conversation of love and fear, of what was and what could never be. The darkness of our past was never far though. One day, while Adrian was at work, I found an old photograph tucked in one of his books. It was us, but from another life, another time, where I was not Lucia, but someone else, someone who had been part of a nightmare. My heart sank, the image bringing back memories I fought to keep buried. That night, when Adrian returned, I confronted him with the photo. His face paled, his eyes filled with a mix of fear and sadness. "Why keep this?" I asked, my voice breaking. He reached for me, but I stepped back. The barrier of our past suddenly too thick. "I couldn't forget, just like I couldn't forget you," he said, his voice raw with emotion. We stood there, the weight of our history pressing down on us. But then something shifted. He pulled me into his arms, his kiss fierce, almost punishing. We fell onto the bed, our need for each other overriding the shadows of our past. His hands were everywhere, pulling me closer, as if he could erase the pain with passion. I kissed him back with equal fervor, my hands in his hair, pulling him down to me, needing to feel him, to be one with him in this moment of raw truth. Our lovemaking was different this time. It was not just about desire, but about healing, about trying to mend what was broken. Each touch was a plea for forgiveness, each sigh a step towards understanding. We moved together, lost in each other, in the comfort we found in our shared darkness. Adrian's hands were gentle, almost reverent, as they traced my scars, both visible and hidden. His kisses were like drops of rain on a parched land, soothing the pain of our past. We whispered apologies with every caress, our bodies speaking the language of reconciliation. As we lay together, our breathing synchronized. I felt him truly for the first time without the weight of our history. His touch was like a balm, healing the wounds that had never quite closed. I ran my fingers through his hair, pulling him closer, needing to feel every part of him against me. Our movements were slow, deliberate, as if we were relearning how to love each other. Each kiss was a promise, each breath a testament to our shared journey towards redemption. His lips found mine once more, a deep, soul-searching kiss that spoke of all we had been through and all we hoped to become. I wrapped my legs around him, drawing him closer, feeling our hearts beat in unison. There was no rush, no urgency, just the pure, simple need to be as close as humanly possible. Our bodies moved in harmony, a dance of healing, each movement mending the fractures in our souls. We were both lost and found in each other, the darkness around us becoming a cocoon of our own making. The morning found us tangled in sheets, our bodies exhausted, but our hearts lighter. Lying there, I realized that our love was our escape, our redemption. No matter the horrors of our past, this, what we had here, was our truth, our sanctuary. And in each other's arms, we found not just love, but salvation. The room was quiet, filled only with the sound of our breathing and the soft light of dawn creeping through the curtains. We had faced our demons together, and in doing so, we had found a peace that was ours alone, a love that was both our shield and our sword.